The only time we are growing is when we are uncomfortable, say half acre. Believe it or not, I only started growing when I was in my 40s, and so for 4 whole decades, you can say that I have been so comfortable that I haven't achieved much. My name is Albert. I don't really enjoy socializing much. I prefer a quiet session in church on my own or with friends over meeting new people in pub. I'm not sure if because I'm an introvert. For most of my life, I feel like I have not accomplished much. I didn't do well in my studies, and so my first job was in an industry that I didn't choose to be in. My church friends introduced me to sales job in the building sector, selling building materials in a construction company. I totally have no experience in sales, let alone B2B sales. Honestly, I didn't feel like I fit into this job. But I just settled in. And just like that, more than 20 years passed. I can say that I was quite good in my job. I mean, after 20 years doing the same thing over and over, most people would have improved, right? And so eventually, I became a manager. I was doing well. I was comfortable. Until one day, I wasn't anymore. Time changed, but the company didn't. They still rely on tradition. The product never changed. They never expanded. They keep doing the same thing over and over. And as a result, I kept doing the same thing over and over too. But being comfortable comes stagnation. I couldn't be promoted anymore, and the business became worse. And so was my income. Knowing my situation, my sister persuaded me to try something different. She encouraged me to try real estate sales. Of course, I was worried. Why do something entirely different? I must meet new people every day. Moreover, I knew nothing about property. I preferred that things didn't change. But reluctantly, I went to try it out after I got my license in 2012. I became a part-time property agent, but I was still holding on to my full-time job as a sales manager. After a while, I actually did fairly well in property, thanks partly to the property agency which I joined, which had partner deal with a developer. However, the developer left, my deal stopped too. So stuck in selling building materials in a company that didn't adapt, and selling properties in an agency that has no deal. Guess what I did? Yes, nothing really much, really, because I was so comfortable. But it all changed in 2018 when I finally joined my current property agency. To be specific, it was during a boot camp which I was put in to attend. Reluctantly, of course, during the camp, I discovered one thing. I realized that the only time when we are growing is when we are uncomfortable. And who is the only person in the world that is stopping my growth? Yes, it's me. So after reflecting on my life, especially during my 20 plus years of selling building material, which brought me nowhere, and my persistence in saying no to try out new things, I understand now that my desire to stay comfortable in place is stagnating my growth in every area of my life. It had little to nothing to do with my knowledge in a new field or me being an introvert. So since then, I embraced change. Well, maybe in small steps, although I still feel a bit uncomfortable, I know they are necessary. I have left my ex-company. I went into property sales full-time. I have changed the way I do sales too, talking and enjoying the process of meeting new people every day. I thank God for His grace. I've gotten the most tremendous result in a year alone in 2021 than maybe a decade in the past. Of course, I am grateful to my partner too. Leng pushes me beyond my comfort zone many times. Oh, and I recently did another very uncomfortable thing. I sold my flat and upgraded my life by moving into a private property. This way, I know that my future is more secure with an asset that can preserve my capital more. So yes, I was comfortable for over 40 years in my life doing things that didn't help me to grow and didn't help me to achieve. But it's okay. Maybe because I didn't grow, many of my clients say that I can pass off as someone in my late 30s. But seriously, I have been in my most uncomfortable stage these recent years. But I feel like I have accomplished so much. I know I have the most growth in my life.